ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video from ABC 3340. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters with you, sitting in for the vacationing James Spann. And quite a day we had yesterday with a good number of showers and thunderstorms, although once again, everybody didn't get rain. Let's go right to some Skycam images. Here's Mount Cheehaw. Isn't that a great shot? You can see the low clouds obscuring the top of the mountain up there, and you can see some low clouds down in the valleys. Kind of cool. And here's a look at some clouds over Tuscaloosa. So we looked out over the city of Tuscaloosa down there, T-Town. And how about the river down at Selma, the Edmund Pettus Bridge? River looks pretty calm, and it looks like we have a cloudy sky. We're settling in to see surface high pressure over the area, but we have a little weak disturbance represented by that dashed yellow line that has moved through or moving through the area. And I think we may see a few showers today, but not nearly as numerous as we saw yesterday. And at 500 millibars overlaid on the water vapor imagery, you can see the moisture is decreasing from the northwest, but we still have that little bit of a trough in the area. So generally along and south of that trough is where we expect to see most of the showers develop today, but I think there's still a possibility across part of north central Alabama. Temperature is still very warm as we dip into August this morning. Temperatures in the 70s and 60s across a lot of the United States, and still a few cooler temperatures in the northwest, and look at those 90s down in the southwest. Ouch, I hate those. And temperatures this morning, just a few degrees cooler than they were yesterday, but not a great deal. We're in the lower and mid-70s instead of the mid and upper 70s. Radar pretty clear this morning. A few showers over in Mississippi, but the radar relatively clear. Again, I expect showers to be mostly to the south. QPF-wise, it looks like we're going to be dealing with sea breeze and offshore breezes for the next few days, and that is going to be the prime location for rain, and along with that is that disturbance that moved through here is kind of going to settle in down there and be a problem for the coastal areas. Storm Prediction Center outlooking an area in the Ohio River Valley for slight risk for today. And then on day 2, that risk shifts back to the northwest, extending from eastern Iowa back into North Dakota. Day 3 kind of breaks it up, but it stays in the northern interior of the United States. And then days 4 and 5 stays in the north central U.S. on day 4, shifts over toward the eastern Great Lakes and the Ohio River Valley on day 5. And tropically, things are rather quiet in the tropics. Still watching that area of disturbed weather in the Caribbean that is now in the vicinity of Puerto Rico and part of Hispaniola. And then, of course, a little disturbance off the African coast, but neither of which look like they're going to develop into anything. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run, and you can see our trough should be pretty much down into southeast Alabama by this afternoon. And with that, the GFS showing us that most of the rain will probably be to our south. But again, we can't rule out a few showers in this area, and especially, say, from at least Coleman southward. On Saturday, the trough continues down there, but notice a little piece breaks off, and that's where some of that QPF precipitation is coming from, and that looks like that'll give some rain along the Gulf Coast from about Apalachicola all the way over to New Orleans. By Sunday, that little piece that broke off is moving westward towards the South Texas coast, and the 594 height line building in. Fortunately, with the moisture we had yesterday, I think that'll help with the soil moisture. It'll help to keep temperatures down just a little bit. 594 contour gets a little bit closer to us as that little disturbance moves further west. By Tuesday, that little disturbance has moved back into the extreme South Texas coast, and we've got a small 594 circle, not nearly as big as it was the other day, so I expect to see temperatures probably in the mid-90s, perhaps even getting nudging into the upper 90s. By Wednesday, the pattern begins to shift a little bit or change a little bit as the trough over the north central U.S. begins to develop, but we're going to have a fairly soupy air mass, and the result is we're going to see underneath all that, we're going to see the possibility of some showers. Those shower possibilities continue into Thursday. This is August the 7th. And then the troughiness over the east continues to develop, although this run is not quite as strong and as deep as it was yesterday. So we'll see general troughiness. But the good part is doesn't seem to be a lot of heat there, and that general troughiness continues into Saturday. All right, let's go out into Voodoo Land here. And this is the 12th of August, and the troughiness over the eastern half of the country continues, which means there's not going to be a lot of heat. And we don't see much in the way of heat even all the way out to the 16th as we continue to see the main westerlies along the northern tier of the United States, general high pressure across the southern tier of the United States, general ridging. And so with that, it looks like a continuation of a warm and scattered shower type August, which is pretty much what we would expect. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. Should have another one posted tomorrow morning around 8 o'clock or perhaps just a little bit earlier. Hope that you have a great upcoming weekend.
Weather.